We continue now at the top of Daf Yomi Gemara in Meseches Gitin. This is Gittin Daf 69b. The Gemara is continuing to discuss remedies for a bronchial infection. And the Gemara said in the previous summon, you take milk from a white goat, v'netaife atlos kilche karava, and you let it drip on 3 stalks of cabbage, v'nivcheshe begavza demarmehin, and you stir it with a sprig from a marjoram bush, v'chibashel gavza demarmehin, and when the sprig of the marjoram bush is cooked, bashal lekule, that's when the entire thing is cooked. V'ilo, and if he's not able to do that, leisi nafki de kalba, he should bring the excrement of a dog, a chivra of a white dog, v'nigbol benatfa, and he should mix it with balm. V'kama de efshan, as much as possible, nafka lo nechol, he shouldn't eat the excrement, de mafrik legira, because that causes his limbs to be pulled apart. And the Gemara continues, legira, for stinging pain, leisi gira de lilsa, he should bring the arrow of Lilith, v'nifche, and he should turn it upside down, V'nishti maye love v'nishti, and should pour water on it and drink it. V'ilo, and if he's not able to do that, leisi mimaye deishti minayu kalba beleli, he should bring water that a dog drank from at night. V'nizdar migiluya, and he should be careful not to leave that water uncovered. In case a snake is going to put venom into that water, he should make sure that that water is covered. Legiluya, and a remedy for drinking uncovered water, anpeka de chamrachaya, is to have a quarter of a lug of wine that is undiluted. Lemorsa, as a remedy for a wound that's filled with pus, anpeka, the person should drink a quarter of a lug, de chamra ba'ala tolana, of wine that is steeped in red ice plant. And the Gemara continues, lepircha deliba, for heart palpitations, meaning the heart is beating too fast. Leisi tlos brushaisa desari, the person should bring 3 loaves of barley. V'nishterinu bekamcha, and he should let them soak in kamcha de lo avra aleh arbo in yomin, which is not 40 days old. V'neichol, and he should eat it. V'nishti abasrayu, and then drink. Following that, he should drink chamra merka, diluted wine. Amarle Ravacha midifti l'Ravin, or Ravacha midifti said to Ravina, v'chol shekein the parach libe, that's going to cause the person's heart to go even faster. Amarle, he said to him, ano lu yukra deliba amri. What I was actually saying was, for the heaviness of the heart, this is the remedy. And Rashi explains, v'nishterinu bekamcha yishro sam bekusach. Rashi says it means to soak them in kusach. Kamcha is kusach. Kusach is a kind of porridge. It's mentioned many times in the Gemara, kusach abavli. And the Gemara continues, lepircha deliba, for the heart palpitations, again the heart beating fast, leisi tlos brushaisa dechiti, the person should bring 3 loaves of wheat bread, v'nishterinu beduvsha, and soak it in honey, v'neichel, and eat it, v'nishti abasrayu chamrachaya, and drink after it. Following that, the person should drink wine that is undiluted. And the Gemara continues, letzircha deliba, for heart pain, leisi tlos beininya, the person should bring mint, and the amount should be 3 eggs worth, uveyasa dechamono, uveyasa deshumshemi, and an egg amount of cumin, and sesame, the amount of an egg also, v'leichel, and he should eat it. And the Gemara continues, l'cha'ev mei, for pain of the intestines, leisi tlos meya pilpulei arichta, bring 300 long peppers, v'chol yome, and every day, nishtei meya minai, who drink 100 of them, bechamra, with wine. Ravin de Minarish, Ravin from Neresh, Ovid lo livrati de Ravashi, he made for the daughter of Ravashi, meya v'chamshin mehani didon, 150 from ours, meaning from the Babylonian peppers, v'yitasia, and she was healed. And the Gemara continues, l'chirtza, for roundworm, anpeka de chamra, a quarter of a lug of wine, bi'atrifa da'ara, in laurel leaves. L'chirtza chivra, for white worm, leisi bizra galgila, he should bring cress, v'nitzaira b'shistag, and tie it with a woven cloth, v'nisayre b'maya, and soak it in water, v'nishtei, and drink it, v'nisdar mibinsa, he should be careful from its seed, d'ilo, because if he's not careful, menak v'lo, l'meyayne, it's going to make a hole in his intestines, that's if the seed grows. And the Gemara continues, l'meisar, to bind, meaning to cure diarrhea, sisin retiva, moist chamomile b'maya, with water, lemishra, and to loosen, meaning to say to cure constipation, yebishta, dry chamomile b'maya, with water, v'simonech, and the mnemonic to remember this, itza retiva, moist grass, to sachar nara, is used to close up the dam, to stop the dam, meaning it's specifically when it is moist, that's what is used for diarrhea. And the Gemara continues, litzchala, for an illness of the spleen, leisi shev bine demaya, bring 7 leeches, uniyav shinhu, betula, and dry them in the shade, v'chol yom anishti tarti utulasa b'cham, and every day drink 2 or 3 with wine, v'lo, and if he can't do this, leisi tichla ditzverta, bring the spleen of a she-goat, the lo iftach, which hasn't given birth, v'netachia b'tanur, and place it in the oven, v'nuki lahadei, and stand across from it, v'neiman, say as follows, kihechi diyavish ha'itchola, just like this spleen is drying out, and the avish techalia, to ploni bar plonisa, so too the spleen of so-and-so, the son of so-and-so, should dry out. And the Gemara continues, Vilo, and if he's not able to do that, Netachya beni urbe de beisa charta, he should place it, meaning the spleen of the she-goat, he should place it between the bricks of a new house, v'nei mahachi, and say what he said above, the same statement that was quoted above. Vilo, and if he's not able to do that, Livki shivcha deshacha b'shabsa, he should find a person who died on Shabbos, v'nishkele liyade, and take the hand of the deceased, v'nosva atchole, and put it onto his spleen, v'name, and he should say as follows, Kiechi diyavish hayada, just like this hand has dried out, niyavish techalia de ploni bar plonisa, so too the spleen of so-and-so, the son of so-and-so, should dry out. And the Gemara continues, Vilo, and if he's not able to do this, Nesi binisa, bring a fish, v'nitavya beinafcha, and roast it in the house of a blacksmith, v'nechle b'maya deveinafcha, and eat it with the water of a blacksmith, v'nishte mimaya deveinafcha, and drink from the water of the blacksmith. And the Gemara brings a story to show that this works. Hahi'iza, there was a goat to have a shas yamaya deveinafcha, which drank the water from the house of a blacksmith. Ishtachet, it was shechted, below ishtakach latachlan, there was no spleen found within it. And the Gemara continues, Vilo, and if he's not able to do this, lift a chavisa de chamr l'shmei, he should open up a barrel of wine for himself, meaning he should drink a large amount of wine. Amar le Rav Acha brei de Rava le Rav Ashi, Rav Acha brei de Rava said to Rav Ashi, Yislei chavisa de chamr, if he has a barrel of wine, lo asi lakami demar, he's not going to come before the master, meaning he's already going to be healthy. This is not going to happen to him. El meragel b'pas shacharis de ma'alya lekule gufe. Rather, what a person should do is accustom himself to having bread every morning, and that's good for the entire body. And the Gemara continues, L'rushchasa, for hemorrhoids, Lesi akika v'ilva, he should bring acacia and aloe, v'yaspircha, umertacha, and mercury and silver dross, v'chumarta defilon, and a bundle of fragrant herbs, ushyafa dechamimta, and the feces of pigeons, v'ninkit b'shachki dekisna b'kaita, and he should put it in linen bags in the summer, udamar gufna b'sisva, and put it in cotton bags in the winter, and he should place it on the afflicted area. V'ilo, and if he's not able to do this, lishti shichra merka, he should drink beer that is diluted. And the Gemara continues, Lishigrona, for rheumatism, that's pain in the joints or the muscles. Lacey pasya demonina, he should bring the brine from small fish in a vessel. V'negandre shisin zimnei aham metachte, v'shisin zimnei aham metachte, and he should roll it 60 times on this thigh and 60 times on the other thigh. And the Gemara continues, Litzmirta, for a bladder stone, Nesi tlas nitufaisa mishcha de kufra, bring 3 drops of tar oil, utlas nitufaisa itzra decharti, and 3 drops of squeezed leek, utlas nitufaisa dechamr nakida, and 3 drops of clean wine, v'lishti leila leish ba'ama uleisha beoso malkam, and place it for a man in his private area and for a woman in her private area. V'ilo, and if not, lesi una dezeka, bring a handle of a wine sack, v'lisli leila leish ba'ama uleisha bedadin, and hang it again on a man from his private area and on a woman from her breasts. V'ilo, and if not, lesi chuta dezorisa, bring a crimson string, the shadse duma bastuma, which is spun by a woman who is suspect of prostitution, who's also the daughter of a woman who's suspect of prostitution, and again, v'lisli le li'ish ba'ama u'li'isha bedadin, and hang it again, a man by his private area and a woman by her breasts. V'ilo, and if not, lesi kina dezachro nekeva, bring a louse from a male and a female, v'lisli le li'ish ba'ama u'li'isha ba'osomakam, and place it for a man in his private area and for a woman in her private area. V'chi mashtin, when the person urinates, nishtin asisna yebishta b'tzinur dedasha, he should urinate on a dry branch by the pivot of the door. Un'ayin b'chumrasa denafka minei, and he should look at what comes out of him, d'ma'alya l'kulut simra, because the bladder stone which comes out is good for any illness that has a fever. And the Gemara continues, L'tzimra bara, for an external fever, Lesi telasa grive sufli, he should bring 3 grive, which is 3 saw of date pits, Utlasa grive atraf adra, and bring 3 saw of leaves from an adra tree, V'nishlukinu kal chad l'chudei, and he should boil each one independently, V'leisiv beinayu, he should sit between them, V'lisvinu betarti meshichli, and place them in 2 basins, V'nesi psura v'nana chilave, he should take a table and place it upon it, V'neka meilave hai v'losiv v'lave hai, and he should get up from this one and sit over this one, U'meilave hai v'losiv v'lave hai, then get up from that one and sit over the other one, Ad nesuk vehavla, until the heat enters up into him, V'lischi minayu, and he should wash from these waters, V'chishasi mimaya da'adra lishti, but if he drinks from the water, he should drink from the water of the adra tree, mimaya da'sufle lo lishti, but from the water from the date pits he should not drink, mishum de miakri, because that causes infertility. And the Gemara continues, Litzimra Gavna, for an internal fever, Lacey Shiva Buni Desilka Mishev Mishari. He should bring 7 handfuls of beet leaves from 7 furrows. Vinishlukino Ba'afrayu, and cook them in their dirt. Vinechol, and eat them. Vinishte Atraf Adra Beshichar, and he should drink the leaves from the Adra tree with beer. And we will continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Ayin Amud Aleph.